And I am live already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in email crystal concentrics at gmail.com with interest and screenshots. And then I'm going to sign it Kyle here. I'm going to push send, and then I'm going to have the option to pin that message to the top. So if anyone wants to know what's up, that's how they can find out. So here we go. Welcome, everybody. We are live on Facebook simultaneously with YouTube, and I'm about to be showing you some very cool pieces of jewelry that are a bit of a cross section of what it is that I have to offer. There's going to be bracelets, for example, here, and there's going to be pendants, for example, here. And I'm going to walk you through all of the different types of jewelry that we work with. The one thing that I'm not representing, hey, Bill, thanks for saying hello. You're right there on Facebook. And I'm guessing you're going to also join us on YouTube, which is very cool. We are about to hit the 4 o'clock spot, and I'm going to start sharing some cool stuff. So I thought it might be fun to begin with one of my personal pieces. This is a Moldavite, and I've worn this many times for many shows. And what works so great, especially if I'm doing a speaking engagement, is if I put a light behind it and it lights up like a traffic light, and people are pretty blown away. The back is kind of great because it's curved inwards and it has 3 points on it. So it's a sort of concave crater with 3 points, and it's wire wrapped. And so all of our pendants are either going to be wire wrapped like this, or they're going to be things that I purchased ready made like that, or they're going to be custom set like this one here, which has a sort of cap on the top of it. So I thought what we could do is start maybe with the lower range pendants, and then go to bracelets, and then end up with the higher range pendants. Hey, Bill, on YouTube as well. This is so cool. I've got the screen going, I've got YouTube going, and Facebook going, which is kind of wonderful. So one thing that I have always specialized and really enjoy, and you'll notice I'm wearing a bracelet here of blue Guatemalan jade. These here are incredibly fine quality nephrite pendants. They have a nice little pendant part at the top, and they're kind of like a almost pink gold. I think some of them are pinker and some of them are yellower. I'll show you the two colors right there. Anyway, they're super fine, and they would also work really well as earrings. But I do have enough of them as pendants, these nice little pendants. They're only $38. So most of what I'm going to show you in this area is going to be in that range of the 30s. This is a very fine ocean jasper. You'll notice that yellow color. In fact, it's one of my favorites when you have this orbicular jasper. So orbicular means it has these little circly areas, and you have the green and the yellow featured. It comes from Madagascar. It's on sale from $68 down to $32. Cool stuff. Also staying in the 30s, we've got some really nice citrines. So a lot of citrines are a brighter, faker looking yellow. And part of the reason I picked these, and the top of this one looks like that, and the top of the other one looks like that. And they still have very nice color, but it's slightly irregular. It's not all uniform throughout. And most of the fake citrines are uniform all throughout, and they're a little bit darker than this. So these two are kind of great. One is 36 and the other is 38. So if you're interested in citrine and you're wanting to have some affordable citrine, this could definitely be for you. Over here, we have something that I call Botswana agate. It's got a lot of great banding on it, and it is a nice sort of grayish color, and it also has this cool um, bale that just runs through a rivet that has been set right at the top of the agate. And this one is also 36, a very nice color and type and style. This is a Himalayan quartz here with a little inclusions. It's got chlorite, which makes it green, and this side right here has been left rough just to show you what it would look like or what it did look like before they polished it. Here you've got the bale hanging at the bottom. It's sterling silver. It's what we call cap set, and this one is 38. Nice to be able to get a good crystal point that's not one of those super cheapy ones. Um, and it's Himalayan, which everybody loves. Over here we have a tektite, a black tektite. So moldavite is a tektite also. Tektites are what we call impactites. They're caused by meteor strikes on the Earth that melt everything and create a new glassy material. In the rest of the world, it's black. In Czech Republic, it is green. So you can kind of see the subtle difference between the green one here with the moldavite and the black one there, which is a more standard tektite and is priced at $38. Now, all of these are half price from what they were originally. So we're definitely trying to give you some nice, affordable options here. Here's another crazy agate with a gold setting, and I'm not going to say that this is vermeil or, some sort of carat gold content. It's pretty cheap too. This one is only $34. But it's nice to have a golden option other than silver to wear with, whatever matches with gold better than silver. So this is a highly banded sort of black and white agate, which is a little bit brown, but could pass for a black and white tuxedo agate. Over here we have a gorgeous, really wonderfully set amethyst. The amethyst is super, super high quality. It's clear throughout. It's got, some inclusions in it. It's not, super high grade, but the color is really sweet, and the cost here is 58. So that's a kind of interesting one. If you're interested, hello, Robbie. Thanks for tuning in over there on Facebook. Um, so yeah, I think this has to be in the $60 range because it is super high quality. We do have another very cool amethyst pendant here with a kind of a spoke wheel and a faceted amethyst right in the middle. So that's really nice. And the spokes of the wheel are kind of frosted, and then the outside is polished clear. And this one here is selling for $46. $46 only. Full price is 90, I think it was 96 and a half to 48, my mistake. $48 on this guy. Very good and powerful. It's like a compass, like a sort of directions, north, south, east, and west. Hello. Hi there. Thanks for saying hello, Nina. We are on Facebook and also on YouTube simultaneously, which is quite cool. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for tuning in. This is a very bright labradorite. Now, it's capturing the ring light overhead, but you do get that it's a very high quality. In fact, I'm looking at it from behind and I can see the light coming right through it. So it's a very high quality labradorite, and we're asking only 36 on this one, which with a very cool sort of scalloped bale up there at the top. Nicely recommended labradorite. And that takes care of our pendants. I'm going to switch over now and get a look. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for saying hello. We're going to look at some bracelets. Before we look at the bracelet, I want to show you some very cool stretchy rings. So this one is actually faceted turquoise with a little evil eye on it. It's only $16, fits right on your finger, adapts to most finger sizes. This here is a rhodonite, and I actually have rings like this in a number of different styles, including peridot, but I want to show you two more of them. This is carnelian here, and this here is amazonite. So these are stretchy rings, similar concept to the bracelets that I'm going to show you, but they go around your finger instead of going around your wrist. Now, let's show you something really crazy, and I'm not sure how it's going to show up on the screen, but I have my black light here, and if I turn it on, I'm going to be able to show you that this amber bracelet here is going to light up in blue. So that is kind of a crazy thing. And it does that because the black light activates the fluorescence inside of the amber. This is Sumatran amber from Indonesia. It's a really nice size. I think it's 10 or 12 millimeters wide. And yeah, it is 12. It's on sale from $76 to only $38. Very cool amber bracelet. And I have a few other ambers I want to show you. This one is also Indonesian, and it's nice because it has that little metal accent there. It's not sterling, but it's also not going to tarnish, which is kind of great. So these are really sweet. They were been pretty successful for me, and we were selling this guy for only $20 for this nice amber right here. Next, we have a mixed Baltic amber bracelet between what I call the butterscotch, which is the light yellow, and then a sort of reddish brown in between. If you put a light through it, you will see the light coming through. This is a really nice amber, and it is $24, which is kind of cool. Lastly, in the amber department, we have this green material. This is from Dominican Republic. And these bracelets are made in Lithuania, and they combine some of the Baltic amber with the green Dominican amber and suddenly create a really interesting combination. So that is kind of cool. If you would like to purchase anything, and I don't know, actually, if somebody can post on the, if someone can post on the comments of Facebook that they can reach me at crystalconcentrics@gmail.com with interest in any of these items. Just take a screenshot of what it is that you like. Moving right along, I want to show you two interesting kunzites. So over here, we have this one. We'll show you one at a time. This one here is a gorgeous kunzite. Here's another gorgeous kunzite, which is looking kind of white, but in fact, it's kind of pink. The digital camera is giving us more white than pink, which is too bad, but it is what it is. It's still a really nice color with good sort of texture inside of the beads. And that one is $24. This one here is only 18, and you see it has the darker to the lighter kunzite colors, and it is actually a copy of kunzite. It's not a true kunzite, but it's still nice and good stuff. So these are some kunzites I wanted to show you. I did really well with peridot in Tucson, and so I have just a few of these left, and I'm going to be restocking on it because people do like it. And I mentioned earlier, we do have stretchy rings with peridot, which is kind of great. One is 20, the other is 20. And they're sort of, I think they're pretty identical in terms of diameter, which looks to be 4 to 4.5 millimeters. So that is your peridot. Now we're going to graduate to talk about some jades. This is a real interesting piece here because what we have is Burmese jade, which is this darker green. Then we have rose quartz, which is over here, and then the white here is moonstone. So the combination is quite nice, and it's a nice way to combine the energies of your moonstone, your jade, and your rose quartz. And a piece like this is $20 for you. Very nice combination. We have another Burmese jade here. This one is also 20, and it's got mostly lighter colors, a little bit of blue, and then a little bit of that sort of yellow over here. And it's a decent size also. Most of our bracelets are 6.5 inches wide, and we we have custom made larger bracelets and smaller bracelets because some people really want the bigger bracelets and some people want the smaller bracelets. So now we're going to switch over and I'm going to show you. This is all I have with me because I'm waiting for stock to get back to me from Tucson. And this is Guatemalan jade, except that it's not. You see the color is amazing. And this is my bracelet is a darker version of this Guatemalan jade, but this particular Guatemalan jade is a copy. It's some sort of dyed quartz or something else. But it's only $18 and it's gorgeous. It has the nice little faux silver accents. So if you like Guatemalan jade and you're not into paying the full dollars for traditional Guatemalan jade, you can get it for less by getting the facsimile. Now, this is another facsimile. This is 18. This is a sort of silver bead accented Taiwan jade, and it was sold to me as 100% the real deal, except that it's totally dyed and it's uniform in color and it's pretty and the price is right. And so I've actually had a fair amount of success with this, even though I explained to everyone who's buying it, hey, this material is not authentic jade. It is a dyed something else. This over here is 7.5 millimeter real jade. It's on sale from $96 to $48. And the color is really, really sweet. It looks great on this digital camera. Thank you. Oh, I'm getting some comment from Crystal Concentrics. That is a good thing too. It's nice to talk across platforms. And of course, whoever is on this live is also going to be joined by a lot of people who are checking out this stuff after the fact. It's a little bit busy. I'm in New England and we're looking at a blizzard coming in. So that's going to be an experience. Over here we have some adjustable snake rings. And I left this one in the plastic to show you that if it's in the plastic, it doesn't tarnish, which means that the one outside of the bag, because it's a little tarnished, proves that in fact it does have some silver content that will tarnish. These are adjustable. You can buy these, you can fit them on. These are only like 12 bucks, which is a very great steal. I think originally they were 24. We put them on sale to 12, and we're happy to unload them to whoever is interested in wearing snake rings. Last but not least, we have some interesting rubies I want to show you. I'm going to hold them up like that just so you can see the color. So the dark one over here is actually ruby in kyanite, and we're trying to get some good focus for you on that. Let me go like this. If you did use a black light, oh gosh, we have a black light. Let's try this out and see what happens if we go like that. If we do go like this, you're going to see some red spots jumping out at you. And that is the ruby making itself known. And the kyanite is not a bright blue. It's a darker blue, but it's a really, really sort of rich combination of colors here between the ruby and the kyanite. So that is a great thing. Now, the other two rubies, this is a more traditional one. Oh, that one went on the floor. Thanks. That's so helpful. This one here is from Mozambique, and it's got a really cool pink color. It's kind of rich. It's kind of awesome. And it's a really good one at 96 and half to $48. This is the thicker of the two widths of ruby that I have. This one's 36. So this is about 5 millimeters, and the 4 millimeter one is a little bit more in the 20s. So this one hops into the 30s because it is a thicker bead, and every time you make a thicker bead, you're using more stone, you're losing more stone, and it just becomes more valuable. So the next thing I want to show you is going to be a little series of more higher end pendants. Of course, this is my Moldavite that I was showing you before. It's wire wrapped very precisely, really good stuff. And I'm going to show you some more wire wrapping here. I'm going to show you the wire wraps first and then the other sets. This is a magnificent malachite, and the reason it has this over here is because I never cleaned off, I never goo-gawned away the original price tag when I bought the heart. So I purchased the heart because the heart was amazing, and then we set it up with this wire wrap that makes it very wearable, and it's also has a nice thick bail sort of the little loop through which you stick it's not a movable bail like a lot of pendants, but it's big enough so you can stick a good sized chain through it. So that's highly recommended, and that one is on sale. I have this at around 160 bucks. So it's a really special one that I recommend. I am going to show you next what would appear to be a little bit like a watermelon tourmaline, because you've got the red and you've got the green. But I think when you have those two stones, those two colors, it's called bicolor tourmaline, and it's set in a great big chunk of milky quartz. And people who like tourmaline might really like to have a great big piece like this. I think we've priced it around $100, which is kind of great. This is what it looks like sideways. It's a good solid piece of pendant with a very sort of minimalist wire wrapped in pink gold bail at the top. Here we have an ammonite, which is 60 million years old. And this is about $140, very nicely wire wrapped with good pearlescent sheen on it, and it fits nicely, and it's sort of like a big question mark or a comma here. And I think this is really a very cool piece, and I recommend it. If you're into wearing fossils, this is a good one to choose. Last in our wire wrap department, we have a disc that has been very simply wire wrapped with a nice silver sterling bail. In fact, this material is called argentium. It's a higher silver content than what you find even in sterling silver. And the color here is blue, and blue is one of my favorite fluorites because it's so rare and because it's kind of magical. The other one, probably favorite, is the green. Pink is great, but you never find pink big enough to cut into something like this. The pink usually comes from Mexico, and it's all clustered on top of matrix. So it's not deep enough. There isn't enough massive material in order to cut something big like this out of it. So I like those disc pendants, and I'm going to be getting some very cool Guatemalan disc pendants soon. In the meantime, I want to show you two very cool cap sets. So before I had shown you the Himalayan chlorite cap set pendant. Now we're looking at a great big raven, and this is carved out of jet. And we love jet. It's a very nice and light form of petrified wood that has not been replaced by quartz, so it doesn't have the weight of a lot of petrified woods. And these ravens are quite extraordinary. People always ask me when I'm selling ravens, is it a crow or is it a raven? And I leave it up to them to make that call. I used to have some smaller ones of these, but I sold out of those, and I might try to get more of these because people do like them, and the guy who I got them from is retiring. So it will be nice to get a few more of these to choose from. But in the meantime, that's the type of thing you want to check out. So this here is a very special citrine. And what it is really is a heat-treated amethyst. So what they do is they take the cluster of amethyst and then they bring it to a very high temperature, and then it looks like a candy corn right now. And then the color changes from the purple over to this citrine color, and it ranges, as you see, from a sort of a reddish ochre to a yellower orange, more transparent. And what they've done is they've made a perfectly nice round bale, but then the edges of the bale come up and sort of hug the lines where the actual crystal point comes down to the base. And this is a very, very cool piece. I'm asking only $145 on it. It's a very special one, and it's highly recommended. So if you're interested, citrine, go for this. Even though it's a heat-treated amethyst, I do have some natural citrines that are quite wonderful too. So I'm going to put that down. I'm going to sort of begin to wrap up the live because I just wanted to show you this sort of smattering of very cool items that we have, and to show you that we have bracelets, we have rings, we have earrings, even though I didn't bring any for this particular event, and we have pendants that run in the under 20 to under 50 range, all the way up to the $150 to $300 range. And then the only way that we creep up above that is if we start showing you moldavites. A piece like this could stretch up into the thousands. And we also specialize in sugilite. And I'm wearing a pendant right now I didn't show you. This here is a great big rhodochrosite, and it's all super gemmy, and it's been wire wrapped to contain such a big piece. People often feel like, oh my gosh, I can't get a heavy pendant because it'll hurt my neck. And that is actually not true. Your neck can handle a huge amount of weight. After all, your neck is holding up your head, which is like 20 pounds. And so one little chain with one big pendant on it is not going to stress out your neck in any way, shape, or form. So since I have 4 minutes I'm going to give you a quick little run through of the smaller pendants. All of these were in the under 50 range. This is a cool amethyst with a little wheel. We have another nice amethyst here. Incredible color, very sweet, simple setting, but a good quality sterling there. We have labradorite here with a nice flash to it, and also some translucence. We have what I call tuxedo agate in this pendant here, where it's heavily banded and also black and white. We have here a tektite, which is very cool, black as they generally come. I showed you the Tibetan quartz with the chlorite. This is a Botswana agate with lots of great banding. Again, these now are under $40. And we have here a citrine and a second citrine, which are really sweet colors and sweet sizes and sweet prices. So if you're interested in any of these things, email crystalconcentrics at Gmail. That's the easiest one to remember. I'm going to be switching over to Instagram next, where you'll find me at Crystal Concentrics on Instagram. This is a really nice orbicular ocean jasper. And then we have these really, really cool jade pendants, incredibly good, high quality drops of jade. Might as well be Siberian. They're so sweet. So those I think were 38 bucks. So if you're interested in any of this stuff, I would love to hear from you. I'd love for you to visit my website, crystalconcentrics.com, sign on to my newsletter, and we can keep you informed about when we're doing these lives. And you might want to visit the store, the online store that we have at crystalconcentrics.com. So thanks everybody for watching. I am going to switch over. I'm going to shut down the Facebook Live. I'm going to shut down the YouTube in order to go over to Instagram and go live on Instagram. So thank you for watching. Hope to see you on Instagram. Stay tuned. Visit my site. Subscribe to my newsletter. Till soon. Kyle Russell here. All right, I'm ending that. And now I'm ending the YouTube, which is cool. And then